What's going on, everyone? It's Alex. Thanks for joining me back on the channel. Got to get some work done on the cars. Got something to do on pretty much all of them, but today we're going to start by addressing the check engine light on my Integra. So I'm going to address that problem today by installing a new catalytic converter with all new associated hardware and gaskets, and I'm also going to be replacing the muffler with an OEM replacement. The one I have is pretty rusted and pretty much falling apart. So here we have the new catalytic converter. It's made by Eastern. It was a decent price on Rock Auto, about 130 bucks. It has a 5-year warranty, so that's pretty good. And it did also include the 2 gaskets that I need for the front piece and the back. And here I have a used OEM replacement. The one I have right now, this is broken off, so it's pretty much held onto the car with some safety wire here. So we will be replacing that as well. And since the O2 sensors for this car are both in the Cat, I didn't feel like fighting with them to get them out since they're probably all rusted and corroded and nasty. So I did get 2 new ones, so we'll be replacing those as well. I highly recommend if you're replacing the Cat to do the O2 sensors as well. That way you have a whole new emission system on the exhaust, so everything will communicate properly. And you never really want to replace just one of the O2 sensors because as they age, they start to communicate slower. So if you replace one, you have a nice new high-functioning O2 sensor, and it could affect the readings that the engine gets, and then it really could just affect the way the whole car runs. So I'll move my cars around the driveway, get the Integra set up, jack it up, and then we can start this process. So what we're going to do first, or what I'm going to do first, is I'm going to pull the muffler off. So first thing we got to do is take those 2 bolts out, and then this thing will pretty much just come right off. So this is really the simple part of the project. So those 2 bolts off, I'm going to cut these wires and pull this thing out. So as you just saw, we broke our first bolt. Kind of expected it, should have been a little bit more prepared. I don't actually have replacement bolts, so I'm going to try and go out to AutoZone or Advanced Auto and see if they have what I need. They're the special kind with the spring, which allows for flexion of the exhaust. So I'm going to go out now, see if I can get what I need. There's the 2 in the back for the muffler, and there's also 2 up front where the Cat connects to the header. So I'm going to try and get 4 of these, as well as the 3 bolts that connect the mid-pipe to the Cat. Those are completely rusted out, so I need to cut those off. I'm going to go out now and see if I can get these bolts. Alright, so let's get back to this project. It's only been a few seconds for you, but it's been about a week for me. Finally got the bolts that I needed in the mail. So now that I have all that we need, I'm going to get back under the car, get the muffler off, break whatever bolts I have to, pull that off, put the new muffler on, and then we'll make our way to the Cat. So now that the muffler's off back there, we're going to remove the Cat from the header. So it's just 2 screws here. Again, those are probably going to break, so that's why I got extras for that. Then we're going to remove the Cat and the mid-pipe as a whole because that flange needs to be separated and everything's pretty much rusted, corroded. So you have to use a cutoff wheel and cut that off, so it's easier if it's off the car. So before we separate the flange, we have to disconnect our O2 sensors. The first one is up there, the clip, easy to get to. But the second one back here by the flange is harder to get to. It goes up into the car, so I'm going to go up in the car and we'll show you how to unplug it from the inside. So to get to the secondary O2 sensor, we have to go in from the driver's side. And it's going to be tucked back up in here. So what I find is easiest is to remove this little panel. Just need a little Phillips screwdriver to loosen this clip out like that. And once that plastic is removed, you can reach your finger down in here and you will see the O2 sensor clip. You're going to disconnect this like that, and then we can go under the car and pull it through. So here it is up here. Just want to get this grommet free, and then once we get the grommet free, everything else, the wires and the clip will pull out. Alright, so now we can remove the front one. It's on like a little mounting tab here. So you want to depress this clip and pull off the clip downwards. So you can depress this clip and they will separate. Alright, so we have basically the whole exhaust off, midsection and the Cat. And there's the old Cat compared to the new one. So now what we got to do is use the cutoff wheel, cut these off to separate the Cat and the mid-pipe. And then back here where the mid-pipe meets the muffler, the gasket's pretty corroded on there good, so we have to chip that away, make sure there's a nice mating surface for the new gasket. Alright, so we got the old Cat off, cleaned up the flange, and then I did the best I could with this rear flange for the muffler. Actually some pinholes here, I don't know why my camera won't focus, but did the best I could to clean it up, so we'll throw in a new gasket, and I don't know, if it leaks I guess I'll get a new mid-pipe, but for now we're just going to throw it back on. Alright, so we got the new O2 sensor. Remember the secondary goes to the rear with the 3-bolt flange, and the primary goes up front. Alright, so here's the new O2 sensor. First thing I'm going to do is put some copper-based anti-seize on the threads. And once that's done, you can go ahead and put it in and thread it down. Alright, so the new O2 sensors are in and torqued down, so I'm going to start with putting the mid-pipe on, just hanging that up on the hanger so that when I put the cat on the muffler, we have something to attach it to. So I'm going to start with the mid-pipe, and then I'm going to, I think I'm going to do the cat next, and then the muffler. And then once we get everything torqued down, we can fire it up and check for leaks, and see how the car runs. Alright, so all the nuts and bolts are tightened down in the exhaust. I tried to show as much as I could, but it was a little tough being under the car and you know all that stuff. So everything is tightened down, ready to go. The O2 sensors are plugged back in. One thing that's important is the manufacturer of the catalytic converter suggests a kind of like a break-in period for the material in the cat. Basically says you have to start the car, let it idle for 5 minutes, and then you increase RPMs to 2,500, hold them steady for 2 minutes, and then you shut the engine off, allow it to cool, and then you can road test it. So go ahead and do that now, perform the break-in. I don't want to, risk losing the warranty that it has, so I'll just do it the right way the first time, and hopefully there's no problems. I forgot, I'm also going to disconnect the negative battery for a few minutes just to clear the check engine light, and as well as since there's a new CAT and new O2 sensors, once the car starts, it's going to have to basically relearn all the fuel parameters, air-fuel ratio. So resetting the ECU by disconnecting the battery will make that process a little bit smoother. Well, the break-in procedure is done, but unfortunately the job isn't done because there's a pretty significant leak where I thought there would be, where the mid-pipe meets the muffler. There's a couple pinholes where the gasket doesn't seal, so it's pretty loud and annoying, and I really don't feel like driving it with it having the exhaust leak. But anyway, that's something I'll do on my own time because there's no point in showing you again because I just did everything. But yeah, I'm going to have to order that mid-pipe now. It's kind of a shame that I have to do all this reordering and everything. I should have just ordered everything at once, but oh well, you live and learn, and yeah, I'll just order that part and throw that on, and hopefully that'll fix the rest of my problems. But in any event, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this helped you if you're going to be doing an exhaust on your car, just to show you the process. It's not really difficult at all, and if you don't have to cut off any nuts and bolts like I did, It's really a quick procedure. The trickiest part is just getting to that O2 sensor under the dash, but other than that, really simple. If the video was helpful and you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I'll be sure to answer anything you post. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, thanks to everyone for supporting the channel. It means the world. So thanks for the support and the continued growth. I really appreciate it. So thanks again for watching. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, and I'll see you next time.